I was told at the beginning of my mediumship training 50 years ago that church or temple or whatever that is, those are called devotional energies. They are precious, they are divine, but they're just one way of accessing the divine, accessing God, accessing whatever you want to call that energy that really has no name, the unnamed God. And if you mention Christ, Buddha, Mohammed, all those teachers, and they're more than teachers, but if you mention those people, it brings up the devotional energies. Those are ray six energies. Ray six is the ray of devotion, where one learns and grows and can become a master through the devotional energies. But where one does that devoted to a higher power and prayer is involved, you pray to that source and to that being. The new age type energies, the Aquarian age, the seventh ray that we are in, those are appropriate, of course. Why not? They work. But what's coming in is a different way, which is invocation, where you don't ask for, you don't beg, you say, I invoke this to come forth and through me. So you are invoking higher power more from your soul directly to that energy field that you call God, higher power, whatever you want to call that. They both work. Which is right? Neither is right or wrong. But you can have devotional feelings or the ray seven feelings, and neither of those. You can be spiritual out fishing. You're sitting in your boat by yourself or whatever. You get spiritual feelings. So that is accessing the divine. You can get it through being a parent. There is no way you cannot get that. But we have become obsessed with the devotion, the church idea, the temple idea that you have to do that and you are demanded to do that or you are bad or you can't reach God. That's the only way that you can. And that is all ray 6. That is Piscean energy that was very appropriate the past 2,500 years. Will it die out? I am told that at some time in the future, we will all use invocation, which is the same energy, but in a different field. So that's my understanding. But I, I don't believe spiritual bullying is helpful. How does somebody reach what he calls that feeling and connection with God, with divinity? What do you have to do? We look for that all the time. Do you think that being, that creator, that God would offer only one way? That's ridiculous. Of course not. Religion is only one of the infinite paths to divinity. It's the path of devotion, it's Ray 6, it's Piscean, it's lovely and it's valid, but many people feel little or nothing when connecting with the devotional energies. Why? Because dogma has taken over. Dogma. Because they're not accessing divinity through Ray 6, they get it somewhere else. Race 7, once again, that's the Aquarian age, is what we're in. It's that path of community, of ceremonial order, collective gathering. But, what you call God, the creative force, it's everywhere, in everything, every being. There's nowhere it isn't. It's the glue that holds everything together, present in every thought, every action, anything that happens. To believe that religion is the only way to feel that's just ridiculous and it's bullying. And when somebody is swimming in dogmas created by other people for the purpose of controlling them, those people are terrified of being abandoned by God. It's impossible. God is not a bigger, fuller, more powerful version of you. You can't be abandoned, judged, or punished by God. That all comes from you hurting you. And half comically, I say, and I've had this happen to me, if somebody comes up to you and gets in your face and says, "Do you believe this, or this?" and waits for you to answer, you should say, "Oh, look at that," and point behind them, then run like hell in the other direction. Get out of there because you are being manipulated and judged, and you will be hurt emotionally, physically, spiritually. You don't have a right to do that to anybody. And that is going on in rampant accounts of that. And it bothers me more than anything else. I get that quite a bit. I am asked by some people, um, so you are not a whatever you believe, this, or this. And I say, I can't answer that. I believe in the esoteric faith in all the religions, the esoteric behind the dogma that was there at the beginning. They're all the same. Do good, love mercy, walk humbly with God, treat other people as you want to. That's kind of all you need to do. However, that said, there are masters, fifth degree initiates that you don't see that have graduated from Earth School by following the path of devotion. So we want to vilify things without understanding the beauty and dignity of why they work. But this spiritual bullying is dogmatic and terrifying to me. To tell a child they're a sinner or they're evil is child abuse. I just want to say, don't do that. But maybe there's a reason to do that. Maybe that child did that to somebody in a past life. There's no hard answer to that. It's a very precious area. When I look at somebody's astrology chart, and I've mentioned this before, that's a spiritual road where they have been, who they are now, and where they're going. That is divinity. That's a hard thing to look at, and it needs to be respected. People's paths need to be respected, but you don't have to be involved in them. If you're uncomfortable with a certain path, just get away from it. Try not to bully the people back. That's what I suggest. For the past 50 years, I've encountered countless people who are just terrified. There are different religions, different dogmas, or no religion at all, and they are terrified that they are not accepted by God. And they are terrified that when they die, they're going to a place for eternal punishment. That's just so ridiculous. That's the lower astral realm. Nobody sends you there. You send yourself.